What's up, traders? Sorry for the late video today. Going 4 for 4. Let's get to it. All right, traders, real quick before we get into it, just wanted to say what a rough morning. The kids, the wife, just everything was hectic. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I always appreciate that support. If you do have any questions or comments throughout any of this, feel free to leave those down in the comment section below. As well, we have the Discord channel. We are growing a little bit in there as well. So if you want to join us there, we do live commentary throughout the morning. Feel free to jump in there. So let's jump into this. I'm going to go through these a little out of order, but I want to kind of get across what I'm looking for these trades. Kind of trying out something new. It's kind of the same theory, just looking for the backside instead of the front side. And we're going to start here on CCL. First off, look how painful this CCL chart looks. Look at our arrows, and then look at how far this thing went. But anyways, get a nice ramp down here on CCL. Continues, and then bam. Look at this volume bar that we get. Love the volume bar. That's where we start to get our reversal. And then on this 1 minute chart, look at this candle here. We get a high of 1455. We're looking for it to break that area. So right as we broke that area, we jumped in, as you can see, to the penny, 1456, and we were hoping to get more out of this. I was hoping to get at least up here to 1470, and unfortunately, it just didn't seem to want to go. It kept going through 1460, back through, and then it got back through, and I put an order out at 1466, and we got to 62 on this count, 63, and it just started to get shoved back down, so I decided to take it off for a small win there. So nothing too crazy on CCL. So going back, or well, we're actually not going to go back just yet, but we'll go over to CSCO. You're going to see the same kind of thing, just the opposite way. Ramp, and then boom, look at the volume we get on this candle, and that is usually a good sign that it's a reversal. So what are we looking for now? We're looking for that first 1 minute candle to break a new low, and we didn't necessarily want to use this high of day candle. We wanted a little bit more conviction, so we were still using this candle right here, the 47.45. We ended up jumping in right there at 47.46, anticipating that this thing was going to break, and it broke. It went all the way down to 47.38, I believe it was. And obviously, we were looking for much more than this, right? Let's draw the fib line real quick from the bottom of the move to the top. As you can see, the 50 was all the way down here at that previous resistance, which was yesterday's high down here at 47.14. And we were looking for a big move out of this thing, but we just felt right off of this 9 EMA. It just bounced. It got bought right up, and it was like, we're going to shove some more volume in your face. As you can see, we got a little bit of volume on that move saying, I don't think we're ready to do that just yet. And for the most part, this thing just went sideways the rest of the day. And then I looked into it. Apparently, there's like some kind of acquisition news. So maybe this is the price point where they think that might happen, and that's why it's kind of just chilling out here. So over to WDC. This is the one I was actually really excited for. I really thought we were going to get a bigger move out of this one. But again, if we scroll, and this one was a little bit more of a grinder, but the grinders aren't necessarily that bad of a thing. But it will make me look for more conviction. So basically what I was looking for, as you can see here, we did break a 1 minute candle, but when you have a grinder like this where it's really just a linear movement, I'm more so looking for conviction. And my conviction would be, okay, it sets a high, comes down, tries to go lower, then tries to bounce back up and doesn't go higher, makes a lower high. That's what we're looking for. So as you can see, that didn't happen here. Didn't even break the 1 minute candle here, made another high here, comes down, tries to break the 1 minute candle, doesn't, tries to go higher, and then as we come lower, okay, now I'm convinced that we might get a move lower, and that's where we got in right under this candle, 46.38. Our entry was 46.38. So again, we were getting in, looking for that to move down. It kind of shook around for quite a bit here, just kind of chilling. It tried to break down through this 46.27 area a few times and just couldn't get there. So on this time, I actually was like, okay, if we get back over this candle, 46.55, we're going to jump out, because that's 3 times now we tried to get through this 27 area and couldn't. But as you can see, it came back up. It tried 44, didn't even get back to 50, and then we finally broke through. So I took some off once I felt the bottom. It got down to 19. I felt like it started to get bought back up through 20. I was like, okay, feels like maybe we're not going to break down. Again, we're looking for this to come at least down to where it's at now. but it just didn't want to. It wasn't ready. And that just comes from reading the price action. Like if we draw the fibs, we'll go from the bottom of the move here up to the top. Our 50 line was 45.58, right? So we had a really nice entry, looking for this to come down, at least to test this previous area here, right? It got used as resistance and then again as support as it was moving up. So we actually had an order out at 46. I want to say it was 08. Yeah, 46.08. And we just couldn't get there. And so it was a little frustrating. Once it started to curl back up, we just decided to take it off because it's how it felt. It felt like it was ready to go back up, and as you can see, we were right. And sometimes your intuition and your feel for these things starts to take over, and it always feels good to look back and see that you were right. So now on to what was actually my first trade of the day, and I didn't want to start off with this because you're going to be like, what the heck are you doing? And this was actually an accident. So I was looking to play this one exactly the same way as all the others. But as you can see, I made a little mistake here. I had my button or my mouse hovering over the button here, and I just accidentally clicked it. I was sitting here just watching it, and my finger just phantom clicked the button, and I was like, okay. But it immediately put my stop at high of day, which was the high of this candle here, which at the time it was at 55. So yeah, put the order in at 55, and the spread was basically already there because I basically hit at the top, right? We got 31, but with the spread, I think it was at 44, I want to say, when I hit it. So I was immediately down 13 cents, and all it needed was that little push just to go back to high of day, and we could have got stopped out for a quick loss because of a misclick. And I was like, the reason I brought this up is because I liked the trade anyway. If I was trading the 112, the 211, whichever way you want to do it, where you're playing the front side, I would have been very interested in entering right there anyways, once I felt like it was the top. And I felt like we were getting there, plus a lot of volume started to come in there. We're obviously extended away from previous resistance, which was yesterday's high. So I liked the move. So I went ahead and canceled my stop. Unfortunately, I was in a little bit heavier than I wanted to be on a stock with this much range. Put me in for 113 shares. Now keep in mind that was to stop me out for a $25 loss at the current high of day. So when it shot up through and it went up to here, we were actually down quite a bit. I want to say like 50, 60 bucks or something like that. But I was just going to play it like I've been playing the other ones with the 211. I was going to act like this was the double entry, and then I was going to cut that in half and add to it if I had to. But fortunately, not unfortunately, on this next candle, it decided to bust back down to 64.10. We actually put an order out at 64.22, and we got filled on the way back down. So that was about half of the move away from the resistance, not the move itself. Again, if we draw the fibs here, you can see that the 50 was from the top of that one is down here right at the resistance. So, and it never got there. Did it get there later? Yeah, it did. So we're down below that now. Actually, we're way down below that. So that was my trades. One mistake to start the day off. It wasn't too bad. A little bit of a scalp on two of them, and we just really didn't get any pullbacks today. The charts were just not in our favor. When you take a look at CSCO, it made a huge move and then just consolidated. WDC made a huge move and then actually ended up going higher. Granted, now look at it, it came all the way back down, but at that point we're not interested anymore. We're looking for that initial ramp up. We're looking for that initial intense move, and that's what we're looking for the price action to come down. To me, this is all random, where it's a little bit more predictable over here. So once we get out of that state of the trade, I'm not interested anymore. CCL, same thing. Got the move down. Look at this big, nice, intense move down. We're looking for that rubber band effect. And unfortunately, this thing got really choppy right away. And it even stayed choppy after we got out, but look at the move it made afterwards. It finally decided on a direction. But again, that volume, right? That's what we're looking for. Pretty textbook. And then ENPH was a good trade. Actually, to be honest, I remember coming back and saying if we were trading it that way, no matter where we got in, it actually would have been a loser, because let's get rid of this line so you can see a little better. But if we did get in, say it made this top and then it broke this candle and we jumped in, our entry would have been about the same, and then it went high of day almost right away. So we would have got stopped out and lost. And then again, if we for some reason had this up at this point after it chopped around, we wouldn't be interested. But as you can see, if we wanted to get back in when it broke this line, could have got a small scalp here, but then it ended up going back to the high day again anyway. So pretty much the only way we could have won on that trade, I guess, is to make the mistake and kind of hang on for the ride a little bit. So that's all I got for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Congratulations to I Love Trading, by the way. The first person to finally comment that they won the gift card, or found the gift card, I should say. They didn't win it. They just put in the hard work and they found it before anybody else did in yesterday's video. Remember, like and subscribe. I love seeing those likes hit every single time. Make it turn blue, whatever color you got it set to. I'm pretty sure it can only be blue. But that kind of influences me to keep giving those gift cards away, as well as maybe raise the price of them. The more likes we get and the more the channel grows. So that's all I got. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.